Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, The Sarthak Show, where we discuss about tech, career, product, and life. And in this MySQL playlist, we are going to understand more about joins. So in the previous lectures, we have understood about how we interact with multiple tables and how you can insert the data, query the data. But what if you have to query data from two tables or more than two tables at a time, right? So generally you have to join these tables. And in the previous lecture, we understood about the self inner join, where you have to use the same table and you're joining it with itself. But what if you want to join two different tables? And we have already explained in the previous lecture about inner join, outer join, left join, right join. So in this video, we are going to understand about inner join, and we are going to use two different tables. For your simplicity, I have created two different tables and inserted data into them. I will be pushing that code as well. So these are the commands that I have used. So I've created this table, then I have inserted this value over here. So I will be pushing this command. You can directly use them. You can directly use them to insert the data as well. And let me show you how it looks on this side of it. So in the digital assets table, you have this all values, and the actors table, you have all these values. And now we are going to directly focus towards the join part of it. So let me give you the syntax for that. I'm going to explain what is the syntax for that, and then I'm going to show you how it works. So basically, as dependent on the discussed in the previous lectures, we are going to use the same syntax or similar syntax to join different tables. So let me show you. Select star from table name. Here we are not, since we are using two different tables, I'm going to use table name 1 and again inner join, very specifically writing inner join because we are going to do this on table name 2. So table name 2 on the join condition. So here is the join condition. Join condition. So we'll iterate over what are the different join conditions, what are the things, how you can join two different tables, and we are going to work towards it. So let me show you how this works in our table example, and we'll go through them once again and understand how it basically works. So let's say if I want to understand and see what are the various columns and over here, so let me write select again star from, I want to join tables actors and join with it digital assets. So inner join with the table digital assets. So digital assets is another table. And what is the condition? What is the condition that we are going to join in? So on, I'm going to join it on actors.id equal to digital assets actor ID. Right. So before executing this command, let me quickly give you an how this actually works. So if you see clearly from the actors table, I'm getting all the data, but I'm using this ID column over here, and I'm going to use it with the actor ID column over here from the digital assets and join them. So let's say 1 and 2 and what we are having values, they will be joined again, right? So all these values get joined over here for these. So if you clearly see actors and digital assets of the table, and then I've used a column which is actors.id, which is like I column ID from table actors equal to digital assets.actor ID, which is actor ID column from digital assets. So let me execute this and see what it comes. See, this is how it comes. This is not a proper structure. That's why this is coming like this. Let me quickly show this in this format. So you will see this is how the table will look when you join it. So those two tables are like smaller in size of columns, and you see all the columns coming in this format. Basically, that's why this was expanded. Let me quickly use only, let's say 2 or 3 columns, but you can use this to show how you can join these two tables. If you clearly see only the IDs which were common amongst both the columns, in this column and this column, were shown over here. If you see that there is no ID, let's say 19 over here, 19 is here, 19 is not here. So we do not show yahoo.com over here. We are not able to see that URL yahoo.com. So that's how it inner join works, and that's how we have shown an example of that. You can use another query as well. Let me just put this in the sample command, and I'm going to show you another example of that. So this is sample command 1. Right. What the other way could be to use the same exact data and you can get exact thing is select star from actors. Sorry, select from actors. Select star from actors, and then I'm going to use inner join again on the same table. Inner join on table digital assets. Now here you have to use the joining condition. You can use the using clause that we have understood in the previous videos. The using clause you can also use over here. So using, now I'm going to specify ID. So I'm going to say ID is the column that I'm going to use, and this is how it's going to run over here. See, ID, oh, okay. This won't work because the column name is different from these two tables. What I could do is another way where I could reinitiate this, and maybe if I would have edited this as not as actor ID over here, instead ID, it would have worked perfectly fine. But since this is not in this table, it won't work in that way. Let me give you another example of how it would get the same query, same data in the different format. So select star from actors, comma, digital assets. Digital assets is the another column. And then we are going to use where condition. This is going to give you same data as an inner join, but without using actually inner join. So where ID equals to ID. This is the condition that we are going to use. Okay. It's the same data that we just got. Again, the same number of 5 rows over here, which we got over here. It's the same thing. Everything has happened exactly same way. But the only difference is that we didn't use the inner join call name over here. Let me give you another example of how this could be done over here. But this won't exactly how I want to put it in this way. So if I have to use a Cartesian product, which is like every row interacts with every other row in the different columns, how can I do that? So let me show you that. If I'm not using some kind of joining condition, it is going to give me the Cartesian product. So let me give you a query of that as well. Select. For the simplicity, you get only some relevant column and not all the column. I'm going to mention that. First name, comma, let's say I want DOB. Let's say I want maybe URL. I would want, let's say, actor. Let's consider these three for now. From actors, comma, digital assets. Digital assets. Right. You got all the data over here. All the 60 rows, which is a Cartesian product of every row from every other row in this. So you see that all the actors, and then corresponding links over here, right? So this is how it works. Basically, the Cartesian product of all these things. When you don't mention a joining condition, it is going to give a Cartesian product. I could do this again in a very different way, without specifying the joining condition, but again using an inner join as well, with the writing inner join as well. So select first name, comma, DUB, comma, URL from actors, comma, inner join digital assets. right? So if you see clearly, I have not used a joining condition over here. So you won't get a very specific set of rows. You will get all the rows, which is like Cartesian product over here. See, again, the 60 rows, right? So it's the same 60 rows that I have got from this URL. Let me just quickly paste over here as all the command that I'm going to use. So this is where without I'm using inner join over here with a sample command. Same without inner join. Okay, now I'm going to show you Cartesian product commands. Okay, so what are the commands over here which I used? For this you can get this clarity, and what this will do is Cartesian product. If you don't understand this terminology, you don't need to panic or something. Basically what it does, it matches every row with every other row in the other table. So what I'm trying to say is that again, Cartesian product. See, what it will actually does is, let's say I have a column 1, 2 values over here, and let's say over here I have 3, 4, and let's say I don't have a value over here, but a 5 value over here. What will this actually result is, let me show you an example of that. So 1, 3, enter 1, 4, enter 1, 5, enter 2, 3, 2, okay, my bad, space 4, enter 2, space 5. See, if you clearly see every row with every other row in this column, so you get this, right? This is how it works. This is the Cartesian product. I will not put it in the at least GitHub code, but this is just for an example. If you can check in this video that how a Cartesian product works, what is a Cartesian product, right? Okay. Let's quickly move ahead and understand what are the different things on this join table that you can also do. You cannot connect two tables based on different columns which do not have a mapping. So let's say I want to connect the first name with URL in the second table. There is no mapping. First name has different values. If you clearly see over here in the initial table, URL and first name does not have any common value. Same goes for asset type or second name. You cannot join tables based on columns which do not have a common set. So you will get an empty set whenever you try running such a query. You will not get some values over here, and that will result in not getting any kind of say value or understanding or any kind of result when you join these two tables. So let me give you an example of that. So select star from actors, right? This is clear. Now I'm going to use inner join on table digital assets. This is the same part that we have used so far. Now quickly and carefully check on the condition that I'm going on URL equal to first name, right? So I am matching these two columns, URL and first name, which does not have any sense of, which does not have a common thing among them, and it should result in empty set, right? It is resulting in empty set. Let me put it this way and put it over here. For your example, independent columns with nothing in common will result in empty set. Let me do it over here. Okay, so independent columns with nothing in common will result in empty set. This is the major understanding over here. So if you are using a query which does not have anything in common, it will result in an empty set. So yeah, I believe that from this video you were able to understand inner join, how you can use inner join command, where instead of using inner join you can use a where clause as well, and what are the various ways where you can inner join these two tables. the conditions and everything, and what happens if you try to use it in a different way. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it among your friends, like this video, comment what you want to understand next, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.